What's going on, guys? This is going to be our first YouTube video. Today we just picked up a new cr250 1989 two-stroke. This is going to be a project bike for the first video on the channel. We're going to clean it up, fix it up, and we'll get back to you. We got the bike out of the back of the truck on the stand, ready for a nice wash, get it looking nice and clean. Then we're going to tear into it and get it fixed up. This is how she sits after a fresh wash. First things first, to tearing this bike down, is taking off the plastics and the seat. Then we're going to tear into the motor and take apart everything else.
All right, we just got off all the plastics and the pipe. We're going to take off the subframe next. All right, we just got off the air box and the subframe. We just got the front number plate off and the fender. We're gonna wheel it back out there, get the motor all cleaned up. All right, we just got the bike wheeled out here. We're about to get it all cleaned up. Just got the bike cleaned up again, looking cleaner. Next, we're gonna drain the coolant.
That does not look to be a good sign.
All right, now we're taking off the radiators. All right, we just got the radiators off.
Just took off the water pump cover. It's not looking too good in there. I'm gonna take off the clutch cover here. Gonna see what we find behind it.
All right, we just got all the bolts off. I'm gonna pull the cover off, take a look at the clutch. Not looking too bad. Taking the drain plug out. Oh, that is a weak stream.
We're gonna be flushing it out with some different oil, just different old oil that we don't use anymore. He's pouring it in right now. More sludge coming out.
All right, we got some more oil coming out. Not a good sign. All right, so we just got out the bolt that holds the swing arm in the motor. Next up, we're gonna take off.
It's a big bolt.
All right, we just removed the rear shock. Got this bolt out and this one down here. Gonna have to get these bearings replaced. All right, we just removed the swing arm. We got these bolts taken out down here. Just got the motor out.
I'm getting stuck on that thing.
All right, we got the motor up here. We just took off the Kickstarter, and then we got all the bolts around it taken off, and we're about to split it right here and see what's keeping it from cranking.
Just took the clutch case cover off. Took all the clutch rings out.
All right, we're just getting this inner hub pulled off with the clutch basket right behind it, and then we're gonna take a look what's behind it. All right, we're getting this side cover pulled off. All right, we're gonna take off this Kickstarter spring right here. All right, we're taking the head off. Doesn't look terrible, could be worse. All right, we just got the head torqued back down to 37 for each one. And then we're gonna put the power valve back on.
Got the Kickstarter spring and gear back on. Gonna put this cover back on and see if it'll if it's done clicking or if we're gonna have to tear back into it and go into it further. Got the crankcase cover back on. Gonna put the clutch plates and
The basket and inner hub back on, and then the pressure plate. All right, we just got the clutch basket back on, and so far we're spinning it, and it's not giving any of the weird clicks. So far so good. We'll put the inner hub on, then the clutch plates, and then we should be good to go. All right, we just got the inner hub in. Now I'm putting back in the plates, and hopefully we'll get this thing running smooth, and if we get everything put in right, should be good.
Putting in the last couple clutch plates.
Next we're gonna tighten the bolt down, and then we'll put this thing on, and then we'll get this pressure plate on here, getting her good. All right, we just got the pressure plate put back on, everything torqued down. Now we're gonna put these springs in, get these screws in, and we're gonna torque them all down to Honda spec, and then we'll be good, and then get the side cover on. We're gonna clean up the frame some more and get it all nice and shiny. We're about to slap on a new front tire because this thing is street ridden, and we're gonna slap on this new Dunlop MX32. All right, we're taking the bead lock off right now. We got the tire with no air in it.
Taking off the front tire. Finally got it off the rim. Gonna put this new Dunlop Max tire on it. Whole lot better tread.
Adding some baby powder in here, and I'm just gonna take it, just kind of work it around. Gonna get it all around inside the tire. Make sure there's nothing sharp on the edges. Just make sure it's all around inside. All right, now you're gonna get some, put it on the tube. Just kind of work it in all the way around. All right, now that you got your valve stem in, just gonna give a little pump of air. Just a little. All right, so our little strand thing here broke. We don't have another one, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take just electrical tape. I'm just gonna set it down in there. You're just gonna run it all the way around it just a couple times, just to keep all the sharp stuff from hitting the tube, from popping it. Don't have much left, but I have more downstairs. All right, so couldn't find the thick one, so we got this just normal electrical tape. We're just gonna run it around it a couple times, all the way around the tire. Got ProBud's tire changing paste. This is ProBud's tire paste. Go it around, flip it over, do the same thing all the way around. This will make it easier for the tire to slip on. Just like that. All right, now you're gonna take your tire, just kind of line it up, pull some of it out, line it up through here. And take your nut, thread it on a couple threads, just so we ain't gotta worry about it coming out or falling out. All right, got the tire on. Now we're gonna put some air in it. See if we did it right. We're gonna fill it up pretty high, just to make sure everything is seated good.
Can't stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop, chop, it says I'm gonna.
All right, it's the next day. We're getting the bike, getting the frame all cleaned up, and Wyatt's on his way right now. And I'm just working on getting all this stuff off, all this mud and grime. And then to get that off, I'm using Maxima's Bio Wash. It's a degradable formula. All right, we got the carburetor off, and I just undid the bowl, pull it off. It's not looking terrible.
Just took off the main jet. It's pretty clean. Gonna take the rest of the jets out.
All right, we just pulled out the pilot jet. It's looking a little clogged, so we're gonna take a little needle and just poke all the debris out. Just kind of go through each hole. All right, now we're gonna give it a little compressed air just to blow everything out. All right, we just got the pilot jet clean. We're putting it back in. Put that back in here. Don't want to tighten it too much, just until it's tight. Don't want to over tighten it. Get a little of that. Take your wrench. Just
Nugget.
All right, we're putting the float back in there. All right, we got the float back in there. Out through the other hole. Then we're gonna kind of push it through a little bit, just to make it even.
Yo.
All right, we just got the bowl back on. Now we're gonna put these screws on. Then next we'll put the motor in the bike. Then we'll get the subframe on and everything. Hook the carburetor up, get some gas in her, and get her running. All right, so we got Maxima waterproof grease. Some grease from Maxima. I'm just gonna take you a little bit and just kind of put it all over this thing. All right, now. Just like that.
Just got the new tire on. It's the clamp.
All right, we're getting the motor put back in. All right, we just got the motor in. Now we're putting in the swing arm. Better put in the bolt for it. And then Diesel's putting in the motor mount brackets, the motor mounts, and we'll put in the other brackets and the bolts, and then we'll put the rear shock, hook it up. This is the swing arm bolt. I'm just gonna kind of get it all around. All right, we got the swing arm bolt. All right, so we just finally got on the swing arm, and then right now he's hooking up the radiators back up, and then we got all the motor mounts back on the bike. And next I'm gonna put on the shock and connect these up here. I'm gonna have to scoot the bike back because can't go past that, so I have to scoot that back. And then he's hooking up the radiators right now, tightening up the screws, and then this thing will be ready to rip. I just got this thing hooked up down here, gonna clean it up some because it's looking terrible. And then Diesel's almost done getting the radiators on there. He's working on the last one, and then we'll get the shock and we'll throw it in there and get everything ready to go. All right, we just got on the rear shock, and then Diesel's done getting the radiators hooked up, and then he's hooking up the little pipes right now. All right, we just got the bike lifted up. Diesel's wrenching over here, about to hook up the carburetor back up, and then we'll get the subframe and the airbox on. All right, we got the carburetor in, the radiators hooked up, we got the spark plug in. We'll hook up these two pipes, and then we'll get them connected to the radiators, and then we're getting the clutch cable back up. I slapped on some of these donuts, and then this is what it's looking like so far. It's coming along pretty good. All right, we just got on the subframe, and then we're gonna line up the airbox in here, and then line it up with the carburetor. We just got all the bolts in, gonna put a nut on that, torque everything down. All right, we finally got the carburetor hooked up with the boots. All right, we just got the air filter. We're getting in the air filter right now with the twin air. And then we're gonna get all the plastics back on. We got a seat cover on the way. And we got spark, we just tested it. Should be good to go. All right, so we got the exhaust pipe on, the full system. We got Barry's son here. Hey. we just put in some racing oil. And then he's getting the chain on there. Putting in some Motul 50-to-1. Oh. Here we go. Yeah.